somebody said something. I heard somebody say something about Batista entrance. So I guess one of the comments said that. I stand by Batista entrance is goaded. Definitely goaded. Top
Yeah.
five for me for sure.
Top five, I don't know. I can definitely say it gets the juices, it gets the people pumped up. I can't deny that.
Top five. Well,
No.
hold up. Batista's top five. You know what I realized recently? Who I disrespected? I think I said his name, but Stone Cold entrance is kind of up there. I think he plays a part in it too. So I disrespected his entrance. He's probably top three. Probably. Still ain't over Batista for me though.
I mean,
I
I feel
remember
like if
Batista came out.
Chris Jericho had his entrance is up there.
Nah.
That Y2J, the countdown.
Yeah, I like the start of it when they go to. I thought you was talking about the new one.
Uh,
Oh, the
no.
new word one since that man we ain't seen him in a minute.
Mm,
Let's go. Let's get the show on the road.
yeah,
Let's talk about the goat.
to go.
Yeah, you know the goat. Who the best player in the league right now? You know the goat.
Best player in the league of the association, the king.
He know who the goat is.
Yeah, gotta be talking about the king.
15 down in blue and gold.
I can't lie, that boy nice. That boy nice.
It's a good argument. Though. I like Bret Hart right now.
Hey man,
Hey,
Bret Hart can't even dance like Shawn Michaels. He can't even do off scripted stuff like Shawn Michaels.
now that's actually a great valid point. The dancing was trolling, but that point you followed up on that was valid.
Welcome to Point Blank Period, Point Blank Period,
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Otani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top five.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the Niners.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby.
We drafted your replacement already. So
I don't got to talk to no peon. Why not just come back and prove?
This time he really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
Welcome to Point Blank Period Podcast, the best sports podcast, Point Blank Period. This is episode 45. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The numbers. And we're going to start with a major number right now. Recently, we just hit 250,000 views on YouTube. So thanks for everybody for listening, watching, and everything, participating. But with that being said, we're going to get to our first topic. And I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD. Who's your number one? Who's our player of the week for the NBA? It's on you, Mr. KD.
The best player in the world. Cole Jokic came off the All-Star break, nursing a wrist injury. Now, they don't have an actual player of the week award this year because the week was shortened by coming off the All-Star. But with a 35, 20, and 12 performance, the best player in the league showed up again. And now we did lose that game. So it kind of is a caveat. It didn't come with all the praise that was necessary. And it was man, we lost too. So, but whenever in doubt, you can't go wrong with picking the best player in the world. Jokic.
You got
I'm
to for
glad.
East and West, or just that's it? That's all you got was one?
I mean, I'm glad that he took the West, so I can go ahead and take the East.
Go ahead, Mr.
I
Myron.
mean,
There we go.
Kate Cunningham, 30 and a half points, eight rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, almost averaging a triple double. Still have the top team in the East. Um, Definitely looking very much valid MVP candidate this season. So I think it's very respectable with him and Jokic being the players of the week.
Like, if I have to pick both, I thought we was only doing one player. But if I had to pick the East, I'd probably go Jalen Brown just to go against Cade. We don't have the same year. Jaylen Brown been balling,
Jalen Brown has
and
been
it's been
hurt.
even before the All Star break, really. But yeah, he's another guy putting the quiet MVP campaign together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna touch on that a little later when we get to talking about MVPs and things of that such. But with that being said, I'm gonna go to you, Mr. Amari, the one quarterback everybody is looking at, and this. So before I start there, this is our injury slash free agent rumors because obviously there's no trading for the season. So with that being said, the one quarterback everybody's looking at is Malik Willis. Who should want him, and where should he end up going? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
Who should want him? I mean, any QB needy team, but who's gonna get him or where should he likely go?
Hey, did you just raise your hand?
Yeah, but it's like I think Miami's the I would think the best place for him. I mean, he was just on the team with Jeff Halfley, so going from Green Bay coach, you just kind of follow him down to Miami. You already have a few dynamic weapons down there with Jalen Waddle and A Chain. So I mean, you just kind of add another spark plug to this offense. I don't know whether the at that point, then you have seen a little bit of Malik Willis in his short stints of play. He's excelled, especially once he's removed from Tennessee and moved into Green Bay. He excelled there in his few chances at playing. So I think Miami is really the prime destination for him.
Yeah,
You
we
gonna
right.
ask the other name?
We right there on the top spot though. We agree on the top spot. I think Miami would be the best option, like you said, the familiarity he has with the coordinator coming over. Um, but if I had to pick another one, I'd go Arizona. I'm on the full fledged train that Kyler Murray's done there, and they need a next move. And I believe
Leave that
Malik
man
Willis can
alone.
step in. I'm just saying. I believe Malik Willis can step into the opportunity and, you know, uh, perform if they could put some more pieces around them and solidify that line. I think Arizona could be a good spot for him. But like you said, any team that's quarterback needy right now should be interested in Malik Willis.
I to touch on the Arizona situation, I would think that they would be in a situation to either cut or move Kyler. You can rock out with Jacoby Brissett for this year, and if you end up in the top draft pick, next year's draft class has better QBs. So it's a better situation than paying a quarterback like Malik
Well, we
Willis
gotta wait.
20 million a year
Well, we
to
gotta wait if we believe he the guy. We don't got to tank there.
I just figure younger guy, longer leash.
Malik ain't old, man.
Malik not
You can really
Malik not
capitalize
old,
right
but I'm I can pay a 27-year-old $20 million for 3 years and then repay him when he's 30 or 29, however, whichever year you decide. Or I can get a rookie at the top pick of the draft because you'll likely be there again. And you have 4 years, 4 to 5 years.
and I can't suck three. Come on now. This be 3 years in a row that they've been bottom dwellers. I can't do that, man. I gotta turn this thing around quick. Or at least try.
And I say Arizona has been, they've been that.
I get sick and tired. And we don't know how that's gonna look with the coaching situation and everything. How long is the leash?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Go get
right.
your
I
guy.
say,
Go get your guy.
So
We ain't paying
Mr.
nobody else.
So Mr. Amari, with a number of edge rushers out there, two stood out for me: Trey Hendrickson and Khalil Mack. Where could they end up at, and what do you think the edge rusher market looking like? The defensive ends, or like me, you were just talking about the linebackers that play quasi defensive end. What do you think that anybody else that you got out there? Because there's a number of them. I just picked two, but you can use as many as you want to. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
well, the list of edge rushers, I mean, being that Khalil Mack and Trey Hendrickson are on the older side of the edge rusher market, all the other primary edge rushers that will hit the market are 27, mainly coming from the same draft class. But you have that this. the best fits for Khalil Mack and Trey Henderson mainly consist of the NFC North. You have Detroit, Chicago, um, and even Green Bay for Khalil Mack, just if they decide to move on from Rashawn Gary. Another team that they have said for Khalil Mack is Buffalo. Another team that's been known to get aging veteran edge rushers, but Khalil Mack is still an upper echelon pass rusher still. So his productivity is nonetheless amongst those in the top end of the league. And then Trey Hendrickson, again with the NFC North, is a lot of his best fitters with Detroit and Chicago, but even more so Buffalo and Dallas. Um, I'm not so sure on how if Dallas is the best place, so I can actually see Trey Henderson making that move to Buffalo much seemingly better. Um, but they said the edge rushing market consists of names such as Jalen Phillips, Odafe Owe, Boye Mafe, um, Caleb Vaughn, Chason, and Quiddy Pay. So there's a lot of young, high end edge rushers with top talent that could receive a big payday this off season.
So, Mr. KD, A, how you feel about moving on from Trey? That's A. But B, to what Mr. Mari said, it seemed like everybody want to end up in Buffalo. I can deal with Khalil. He's still a premium edge rusher. But I don't want Trey. I don't want him. Like, I can deal with Khalil.
I didn't hear that part. You said everybody wants to end up in Buffalo. I don't think that's what he said.
No. Mari, like it seemed like every time we do free agency, we go from what's the Cheetah, then we go from Trey to Khalil. Everybody want to end up in. I don't want all these old.
I think it's because y'all need everything. So when somebody's available, it's just a name that's going to keep coming up. Y'all need everything. It's nothing that you say Buffalo don't need, except quarterback
and running back.
Yeah, but but
and one is Dawson a guard or tackle? Just whatever he play, we got one of those.
Deion Dawkins play tackle.
All right, so we may need another tackle.
I think Spencer Brown is pretty good.
Y'all tackles will be out by the tackles. Actually,
I'll say Spencer Brown and Deion. The O line is good.
Hey, Mr. Mari, only reason I said that because they the only three positions I know for sure we good at, that we great at. Everything else is up for grabs.
Oh, you ain't great at running back. Come on now.
You said what?
You're not great at running back. Come on now.
Is he not a top three? Even if I give you 4 running back in the league right now, who your top 4 running backs? You what? Saquon, Derrick Henry, Seeks, Christian Matt, M. Who you got?
Jonathan Taylor.
I
led the league in rushing twice.
I go better than Jacobs.
No, he's not.
I
go better than Jacobs. I go better than Jacobs.
I can see that opinion. I can see that.
James Cook score. I mean, really, that was only 1 year we went crazy score.
Yeah.
What about everything else?
Even when Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing yards, he put up 1,400 yards?
What, this year?
When he led the league in rushing, did he put up 1,400 yards?
You talking about? I couldn't hear you when you said the first name you said.
When Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing, did he put up 1,400 yards?
I don't remember the year. I don't know for sure. Probably that. Well, if you lead the league, I'm pretty sure you're around 1,400. I'm not
we done had some people lead the league with 1,200.
And James Cook had 1,600 rushing yards this year.
I like James Cook. I'm not bashing him, but you said he was top 3, top 4. I said no.
If you put up 1,600 yards, you got to be in that top 4 bracket. Especially Saquon had a down year this year. I'm talking about right now as we speak.
That doesn't mean nothing as far as we said. We're not talking about off of the last season. We're talking about running backs in the game right now.
One thing I just talk about, he led the league in rushing the year before. So it ain't like, and touchdowns, So it ain't like we talking about this a 1 year fluke now.
And Saquon had 2,000 that year. So what we talking about?
Yeah, that's
he had 1 year better than me.
If you want to go back to that year,
Saquon, I said Saquon, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and I had one more. And James Cook, I think.
Jonathan Taylor.
How are you forgetting?
But this is the thing. Jonathan Taylor, when the quarterback went down, his production fell off the map last year.
Okay. Hey, we'll talk. We can talk about this another time because I don't see where we're going with James Cook at the top. You keep sliding them down. First off, you said top three firm the first time,
Top
and then
three,
you
top
said
four.
great.
Top
Then
three,
you said
top three,
he
top
said
four.
he's great. I don't see where that puts you as great, but hey, we only got probably three great running backs in the league right now.
All right. Well, back to the edge rushers. What you thinking about y'all losing Trey and Khalil Mack and any other edge rushers on the market?
We ain't lost Trey, so I don't got to think about that. We ain't lost him. Hey, my GM said everything's on the table, baby. But if he was to go somewhere, I like Tennessee though.
After the way y'all treated him, he's not coming back to the Bengals. You can counsel that.
You said that before.
I can see Khalil Mack in Baltimore. I don't know if they're gonna spend the money, but I can see it.
Oh, Khalil can't be too. Nah, he ain't no heavy price no more.
He's still gonna command you at least 27.
Okay.
And
Hey,
speaking of the Ravens, Isaiah Likely looking to move on from the Ravens. He said that I believe he wants to develop into his full potential. Basically saying that behind Mark Andrews, he can never be that number one tight end that he sees himself as. Well, who should try to get him? Should he stay with the Ravens? What's your thoughts on Isaiah Likely leaving the Ravens for free agency, Mr. Amari?
He's not going
these
there.
are moves that I don't even know what you're thinking, but these are moves that I think for him would make pretty good sense. On the fact that he's from the Massachusetts area, a move to New England would fit him perfectly. I mean, you could go there and be a primary receiving threat amongst that what I would think is a weak receiving core. So you could add amongst that. Or we don't know the certainty of Travis Kelsey's future. You could be the next Travis Kelsey for Patrick Mahomes. You're a receiving threat type of tight end. You can block, so you can step into that hole if Travis Kelsey does decide to retire.
I think I want to say I'm not sure. I think he'll know saying he coming back next year. I think he said that.
Isaiah Likely?
No,
Oh, you talking
Kelsey.
about Kelsey? So what do you think about Isaiah Likely's fit in New England?
I don't know. They got a crowded room too. With Hunter's still over there. Then they got Hooper. They got a crowded room. I don't know the free agency status of them. If any of those guys are free agents, then I understand. But he would definitely be an upgrade. But I think they need to focus more on the receiver, especially with what they're trying to do. I think they need a receiver, and if they can keep the guys they got. But if they can't pull a likely move, that would upgrade their offense. I do agree. I like his mindset though. He want to be a true number one. I think he can be a true number one. But I think you got to understand the luxuries you have right now being with Lamar Jackson as well, because you can go be a number one, but you don't have a quarterback, so it can compromise your growth.
He could
But
also
hey,
potentially go to Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's also a team that he'd be a great
he
improvement.
got
He'd
that
be a
bag.
great safety net for Cam Ward. And like you said, he'll likely get a bag from them in free agency,
Yeah, I like Tennessee.
especially with Kyle Pitts getting the franchise tag that kind of sets the market.
I like Tennessee for him.
All right. Brees Hall is looking to fly away from the Jets. Where should he land, Mr. Amari?
He's likely to land back with the Jets because they're talking about tagging him. But
That's messed up.
if
Let that man go. Please let that man go.
they talking about tagging him, but my top fit for Brees Hall actually is the Tennessee Titans. Um,
Hey,
if hmm?
as a running back, you better take that tag. I ain't saying
Yeah,
take it like he got a choice, but that's a nice look. I know you don't
but
might not want
yeah,
to
it's
be there,
like
but if you come up that number,
right now my top fit for him is the Tennessee Titans. There were whispers of him potentially getting going potentially receiving offers from Kansas City. I mean that another great fit for him. And it would kind of fill a much needed hole for that Kansas City offense, which has been lacking the run game in the past few years. Um, but I personally believe his best fit would be with Tennessee.
What you think, Mr. KD?
I like that Kansas City. I like that Kansas City idea. But I think Brees Hall is going to come with a price tag if he does hit the market because he'll be the best running back available. So I don't know if Kansas City City is going to kick that money out for a running
Well,
back, especially
and
when they
Kenneth
still got
Walker
a
is
room to
also
stay.
likely to hit free agency as well. So they
Yeah. And I don't think they're going to kick out for that him either. I don't think they're going. They won't kick out too much of their cap for a running back. I just don't think so. Being the way Andy Reid runs his with a committee mostly anyway, um, I don't see it. But and I don't think they're giving up on who they got in house yet.
Yeah, I think the Tennessee fit for Brees Hall just makes a lot of sense. I mean, he returns back with the is a reunion for him and Salah, and under Salah he had one of his best years. So I think this is just a good fit, especially being in Tennessee, who's known their best years were with the run heavy offense. So I think they'll step back into that and kind of embrace that to kind of aid with the development of Cam Ward, uh, using the run to open up some of these passing lanes.
I think Brees Hall need to, I
All
support
right.
Pittsburgh.
Last but not least, Mr. Mike Evans said he will be returning next season. Mr. Amari, where should Mike Evans end up next year? I would love for him to see him go back to the Bucks, but that might not happen. But where do you think he should end up, or what do you think he will end up next season?
Hey, the team that need a receiver the most, Buffalo.
Hold on. We can't have everybody now. Lord,
Y'all
Hey,
need everybody. I'm trying to tell you
if
this,
you
man.
if you
that's looking
30
like the all
plus,
one team.
I mean, no, I mean between
If it weren't for
Buffalo
Josh
just
Allen,
need it.
if it weren't for Josh Allen, you would really know what your roster looked like. If it weren't for Josh Allen, you'd really know what your roster looked like.
He know that,
I do know that. That's why I'm laughing.
but
He the super glue to
it's
hold everything together. But go ahead. I'm
hey,
That's
sorry.
super
I
blue.
can see
That's
I can
super
see
blue.
Mike Evans in definitely in Buffalo. Honestly, just I feel like it kind of gives him his one last chance at getting that. Like, if he wants the best chance to get a ring, going to the AFC, I feel like you definitely have a way more open window. I mean, of course, next year likely Patrick Mahomes likely will miss most of all next season, but you still have to go up with the likes of Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, and then of course with Drake May coming out, and even some more of the younger quarterbacks
Trevor,
still never count out other team. What?
Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence apparently. Um, well, I would say Liam Cohen more, but you gotta give some respect to them. But I think this gives Mike Evans his last chance. But you could also see a chance of him returning back to Tampa Bay. I mean, they did slip this past year. That was mainly due to health concerns, but they still have bolster a roster that can win the NFC South and still push for a chance in the playoffs.
Uh, for Mike Evans, I see him in three spots that I see and they all in the AFC, and so I'm not liking it. But New England, as I mentioned earlier about them going for a receiver, but all this is hesitant on his health too. We need him to be healthy. If Mike Evans is healthy, then he'll be a crazy fit for these teams. Pittsburgh, but that's towards the bottom of the poll. I think him and DK Metcalf might not be as dominant of a duo as I think in my head, but really it's Baltimore. I see this as a fit for Baltimore. If
It's
Baltimore,
definitely it's their type of signing.
yeah, if Baltimore does what Baltimore does, I see them heavily interested in Mike Evans, and more than likely nailing it down. But yeah, I see it happening in Baltimore, like in the division, but I hope it don't. I'll be very happy if he stays in the NFC.
All right. So, Mr. Marvin, y'all picked this player up, I think, midway through the season last year. Mr. Ashante Samuels Jr. So now he's a full season removed from his spinal surgery. Do you think there's a market for him? Why or why not? And if there is, where will he might end up? Or he might end up back with y'all? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I think he's likely to end up back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, he did sign a futures contract with us right after the season ended, but that does not guarantee that he will return. So, I mean, unless he fetches a pretty decent price in free agency, I believe he will return back to Pittsburgh. But I'm not exactly sure who would be perfect fitters for him. because at the end of the day, he still has health concerns. Granted, he did finish the season strong with us, and he finished the season healthy. It does not guarantee his health going forward. So um, I do think being the team that we did take the risk on him, I think he'll return back with Pittsburgh.
I agree. He was out there for on the market for quite some time after declaring his health. So Pittsburgh was the only ones to take a shot. So yeah.
All right, Mr. Amari, you got anything else for your segment before we get to the next topic?
Uh, Sorry to bring things real somber, but as we all talked before, mental health is a very big thing in the world, and we really need to focus. Athletes, people of all kind. You're not just an individual person. You are somebody. So if you do need help, reach out. There is a number. There is a number. I'll say phone a friend. Like I said, mental health is a real big thing. So my condolences to Rondell Moore and the family of Rondell Moore. Um, and his fatal passing this previous weekend. So I do want to give my condolences to you.
All right, so we're going to get to the next topic. Thanks for that, Mr. Amari. And we're going to go to the basketball side of this. The big three with the Lakers, Mr. KD, that would be Luka, LeBron, and Reeves. They only played 10 to 11 games together. Are the injuries the only thing keeping the Lakers from being a true contender? What's your thoughts, Mr. KD?
Oh yeah, to the Lakers as a true contender is still up for a question mark, but I won't say that's the only thing. They need a defensive consistency. They need a certain level of defensive prowess to show up night in and night out. They're getting the offensive output from their guys when they're available. Braun averaging 22, 6, and 7. Luka 33, 8, 9, and AR 25, 5, and 6. They're producing on that side of the ball. But the rotation players and them as well have to improve on that defensive side and get a better identity and consistency over there before we can count them as a true contender. But they have the firepower.
I definitely agree. They have all the weapons of being, but availability being the best ability. If I don't have all my best three stars, I'm not going to be able to really stay in contest in most of these games. Although each one of them have put up heavily scoring performances and some has some great offensive output. Like you said, they have the firepower. They just got to be available. Can't have shooters with nobody at the gun.
And Ms. Katie, let me ask this question kind of off the cuff. When you think of contenders in the West, do you think that you got to go through Denver and OKC, or do you think that you got to go through OKC or got to go through Denver? What's your thoughts when you think of a contender? Do you got to go through both or just one of y'all?
When you say contender,
Ultimately,
we're going to count Denver. We're going to count OKC.
listen, I feel like ultimately you got to count both.
I don't think you should sleep on San Antonio, and I don't think you can sleep on Houston either. But if you're going to name the top, it's going to have to be the reigning champs. But we're very close behind, I believe, when you're talking contenders, especially just out west.
All right, let's talk about a team and a player that we know not in contention, Mr. Ja Morant. He's hurt again, and it looks like he's gonna be out 2-3 weeks. Is it time to shut Ja Morant down and get ready for next season? And the only reason I ask this, they traded away a lot of his team. They're not looking to do anything this season. He consistently hurt. Is it time to just shut this all down and just get ready for next season? What you think, Mr. KD?
Well, he might not be there next season, so shutting him down and getting him ready for next season, that might not be with a Memphis jersey. So you're not looking to hurt your profit or anything. I guess you could hurt the trade in return if he was to get injured again. But I think Ja Morant, I don't see it as why they're continuing to play him, but also it's a position where if Ja Morant wants to play, because he's missed so much time, and he knows what missing time does towards his value. Because if we can remember, it seems so long ago, but it was just a season and a half ago. Before Ja Morant missed all that time, they were talking about him as the future of the NBA or the face of the franchise and the face of the NBA. He missed that time. Anthony Edwards did what he did, and we don't even. I believe actually on this podcast we had the debate about Ja versus Ant early on in those stages. In our pod being phased. But this time, it doesn't help you when you open the door for other guys to get your spot. So I think Ja wants to play, and if he wants to play, Memphis will allow him that. But as far as him and Memphis moving forward, I cannot see him on this roster next season. I just cannot see it.
You see it? Well, I feel like we'll talk about it. Talk about it later. But you see it as a trade or a free agency pickup?
Well, no, his contract's not up. I don't think his contract up after this year.
I'm not sure.
No, I think
Now I don't think so. So it's most
like
likely
two
gonna have
more
to be a
years.
trade.
It still have to be a trade. He got like 2 more years. The real question is it going to be a justifiable trade as far as will they get what the mass of people see as appropriate value for him? That I don't agree with. I think he's going to be he's going to be had for pebbles compared to what his market probably should be. But hey. And I think he's going to be much better in his second spot too. I will put that because I know sometimes it gets shrewd that I'm talking bad about Ja.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It look like what they call it, irreconcilable differences. Like I don't think there's no way they can mend this. Even when they got rid of the old coach, you got a new coach. The new coach suspended him or fined him or made him sit down. So it's time
With
for him
all
to get
three.
out there. Devin Booker, he looked like he gonna be out for extended time with a sprained ankle. And I just found out also, what's his name, Dylan Brooks. I believe he had a hand injury also, so he gonna be out. What do you think this bodes for the Suns and their position? I believe they're at the sixth seed right now in the West.
Dylan the villain.
It's sad, man, because in my book, Phoenix is overachieving right now, and Devin Booker's playing lights out. Like it's not necessarily always the high numbers, but it's winning performances that he's put out. And then Dylan Brooks has had a crazy season this year, but it's just it's unfortunate. The timing of it and everything when you try to get going after that post All Star break streak, but it can spell doom for Phoenix because I don't see where else they're going to go to get consistent effort, especially offensively and scoring wise. So hopefully he can get back sooner than later. But in the West, you miss a week and a half, man. That's that you out of the play-in.
All right. Do you got any more injury news before we get to the next topic, Mr. KD?
Um, the goat is fighting through a wrist injury and still putting up 30-point triple doubles. Um, Denver,
In a
once we get
loss.
healthy,
That was in a loss.
once we get back Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, we're getting Christian Brown back in the fold. Cam Johnson just got back. He getting his feet back acclimated. If we can just get a little streak of health going into the playoffs, I still feel like we'll be a huge championship threat.
And Mr. KD, speaking of that, when I wrote
But
the questions, I went down and looked for all the injury reports in the NBA. Y'all had like 5 or 6 players on the injury report. Like it was almost half y'all squad was either severely injured, like not like, oh, they got a sprained ankle, they'll be back next week. Everybody was out for at least a week or two on in. So how much do you think they will be able to get back, get ready, and get acclimated before the playoffs start though?
well, optimistically, I'm hoping. Only the one that scares me the most is Aaron Gordon because he re-aggravated an injury. So when you putting that much strain and tear on the same body part, uh, it's asking a lot for you to come back and just go full gear. But and he's the second most important player on our team to me. Some people say third, but I say second. Yeah, I'm just worried about Aaron Gordon. But if we could get a healthy Aaron Gordon, like I said, I feel it was nobody we can't beat in a 7-game series.
All right. So we go to the next topic. More football with Mr. Amari. I don't know if you heard this, Mr. Amari, but 18 games is on the horizon. What's your thoughts? Fair or foul playing 18 games in the NFL? What's your thoughts?
I think it's foul. I mean, the season's already long enough, and I mean, with the amount of injuries, I mean, of course, you do got to account you got to account injuries in a gruesome sport as football. But with the amount of injuries, all contact and non-contact injuries, I don't really think you can risk it. I mean, you already play a 17 game season, which can be extended to potentially 4 more games. There's no reason for it to be 18 games. If you're gonna do 18 games, you might as well wipe away wild card weekend. We already kind of got it squared away. Just go straight into divisionals.
Only thing you said that I'll address, you said there's no reason for 18 games. Well, you know the reason. That's the whole reason that they're entertaining and thinking about doing. So there is a reason. Money talks. But as far as if you really say you care about the players and the product, you I don't see where you benefit that much more from this extra game. I think you risk way more than you benefit outside of the financial standpoint, of course. But as far as the players and the product, but with all that being said, it will be done. I'm not saying it's going to happen next season, next 2 seasons. There, down the line, we will have an 18 game season.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Mr. KD, because at one time I believe it was 12 game season, then we went to a 14 game season, then a 16 game season. Now we had a 17 game season. 18 right there. But I want to ask both of y'all this. What concessions do the NFL owners have to make if we go 18? Do they got to add more players on the roster? Do they got to give them another bye week? What concessions you got to give them to go to 18 games?
Well, the
I feel
other
like at
bye
that
week is what they
point,
spoke about.
I was about to say they would have to give them a second bye week. But then I feel like the week 18, like adding another game, just kind of this kind of deviates, and as Mr. KD was saying, with week 18, with that extra game brings money into your pockets, but it's also gonna take money out your pockets when it comes to the Pro Bowl. Because now you're gonna have more people sitting out, more people not coming.
And they wanted, I think they wanted an even number too. I know that seems like a
I
small
do feel
part,
like that,
but they
but I
wanted an even.
mean, uh, I
But
guess you
yeah,
can't
they
have
did speak
everything
about
in
that
a
bye.
tie.
They said most likely if that 18 game is approved, it will be a second bye on the schedule. But
Mm.
that just softens the blow for eventually when we got 20 game seasons. I'm
Mm,
telling you,
mm,
it's
mm.
going, it's going, it's going to
NFL
keep going.
year round.
Player, you're gonna be playing tag at that point.
We're going to spread this thing out. I'm telling you, man, because I know the real part that it affects you is going to be the shortening of the offseason. That's really where it's going to have the biggest effect, possibly negatively, if you keep chopping into these players off seasons and the recovery and everything is cut short. So that's what I think the only real thing that's holding them up. If that wasn't involved, they would have no problem just adding another bye and adding another game and then going. But when you're recovering from these injuries and recovering from, like you said, the battles and bruises you take on throughout the season, to cut that short and then tell them to go at it again, you're opening the door for a lot more career-ending and career-threatening situations.
All right, Mr. Amari, I'm gonna make you the commissioner for the night. What rule in the NFL would you implement, or what one rule would you change if you was the commissioner for the day? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I'm pretty sure I've
Amari
answered this
Goodell.
same question on 5 different episodes. Roughing the passer. They need to edit these rules because
I bet a
I'm.
I bet a Pittsburgh Steelers fan would say that.
I would think you would like to say it too. I mean, your quarterback getting power drive into the grass.
Oh, you saying tighten up
But
on the rule?
yeah, no, I would think like there's some type of like at least a review for it kind of makes sense.
Oh, see, you're trying to soften up the rule. You're saying we should be
What am I?
allowed to do a
What
little
am I?
more.
No, but the thing, like the the review of it, like, all right, if I sack the quarterback, but I fall on top of him, you're gonna take it as that's a roughing the passer. It's the momentum of the sack. I can't. I mean, I can ease up, but I'm still gonna fall on top of him.
What about blowing the quarterback's knee out after in a play? Probably like in
Did
2005
he have the
ish,
ball?
about 2005 ish
If it was anything before 2010, is hey, that's legal ball.
in the playoffs.
Anything before
2005.
2010 is legal ball.
Okay, so you want to go back to that, huh?
And
Back
it
to
was,
when you can do that.
hey, like you just said, when you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really have one. I'm okay. I ain't gonna say I like. I'm okay with a lot of the rules in there. One that kind of gets me is even if I picked this one, but even if they change it, I'd probably argue against it at that point. The pass interference, I think out of all the college rules I don't like, I kind of accept that their pass interference enforcing a little better versus it being a spot foul because we
I'll say
talk about
15 yard.
one. Well, I'll even go to 25 since we the big boys. I'll go to 25.
Woo.
But as far as you're seeing too many games, it could be you
Yeah,
at the
it's an
30
arm
yard
punt.
line. You get this pass interference. Now you got the ball at the 1. Like, come on, now you're
Yeah,
changing the game off this one
it's
play.
It's an arm punt. You gotta, hey, like you said, we the big boys. I'm holding you more responsible. Don't do it.
But I agree that I agree in coaching wise. Sometimes you coach a DB that sometimes pass interference is a good call. Is a good. Hey, let me get that. Like it's like a take foul in basketball. Sometimes you just got to do that to prevent what possibly could happen. So I think that should still be in the DB's back pocket. We're not helping them as it is with what they're strapped to or confounded to doing as far as receivers are able to run wild on them. Give the DBs a little love. If they get beat or are beaten, they do a little tug. Just penalize them that 25 yards. Let them eat that on the chin. We don't got to take the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line. And now we compromise the whole drive off of the receiver just getting the best of the DB on that one play. So I think it should, if anything, change it from a spot call to a 25-yard penalty. It'll still be the heaviest penalty in the game, but it just won't be possibly as detrimental as it blows my mind when I see that pass interference for, like you said, a punt, an air punt, and then they get the ball down at the 3 yard line to win the game. Like that is so deflating. And that one play just dictated everything. Whereas if I take that PI and you get your 25 yards, I still have a chance to recover or bounce back the next play. But yeah, show the DBs a little bit of love and a little bit of grace and protect them from that spot foul.
All right, Mr. Amari, our way too early draft board.
Hold on. Mark, what's your opinion on that?
Oh,
I definitely agree on that. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, pass rusher here. I'm a former pass rusher right here. And trust and believe, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at him. Oh yeah, he's locking up, and then they reach their pocket to throw that flag. Yeah,
Changes
it's
everything. And it's
yeah,
hard
it changes
as a
the
whole
whole game.
defense.
It's hard to recover
It's
mentally
hard as a
from
whole
that.
defense to exactly. Because it's like this one misstep just compromised everything.
Yeah, you could have had. Oh, I don't almost had a sack here. We'd have had a 3 yard loss here. Now he put the ball in the air, and this one play just blew that whole thing away. So it's like, yeah,
And
I
being that
definitely agree.
you've been in the defensive rooms, like you said, being pass rusher, you have seen where they've coached DBs to sometimes, hey, take that flag. Like you gotta take that PI because
Yeah,
if you don't do it, you're giving up 6 or 7. At least give us another chance to protect the end zone. So I
yeah,
think that
especially against bigger
culture,
body receivers, they definitely teach that.
especially on like double moves, like when they
Yeah.
get you on that double move, grab them,
hmm
grab them.
It's like
Don't let
if
it,
you
yeah,
see that you about to get beat, do whatever you can, take them out to play.
grab them. They do it in college all the time, and I think that should be able to translate to the league as well. But where they do it still, in some plays where you see the DB just grab to get the call, but I think that spot foul, man, that just blows the game up, man. And not to stay on this topic too long, quarterbacks are so elite now and so knowing of that.
I'm
Like
gonna
you said, they
throw it
do
to
this
get
on
the catch.
purpose.
I'm
They
gonna
do this
throw it
on
to get the
purpose.
call.
This the air punt. Like Aaron Rodgers made this a career. Like if he gets you off sides, then just put it in the air.
Yeah,
You
it's
right
free
about
play.
that. It's strategy now.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Amari. So this is our way too early draft board. Who's your top 5? Well, 1 through 5. It ain't gotta be top 5. Just the first 5 draft picks. We kind of know who's going number 1, but we're gonna start there anyway. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I got Fernando Mendoza going number one.
What?
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza. I mean, kind of been set in stone for I believe about what 2 months, a month now, or almost a month now. So yeah, Fernando Mendoza at number one. I got S- Arvell Reese out of Ohio State going number two. I actually got Jeremiah Love going number three to Arizona. Number four, I got Ruben Bain Jr. And at number five, I
You got
got
Ruben that high?
yeah, Ruben Bain. Yeah, I got Ruben. I think of his explosiveness and Ben. I think he'll go that high. Um, it was between him and David Bailey, but David Bailey's a little bit he's a little bit undersized, and I do as much as I do think he has great bend. I just think his size is not going to get him by because I mean, like I said, being undersized. I mean, primary move being a swim move. I mean, he does have power, but is gonna. I feel like he's definitely a first round talent. I just think he's a little bit of more of a developmental player, whereas Ruben Bain has inside outside flexibility. And at number 5, I got Caleb Downs.
Yeah, I had of course Mendoza. I didn't write a 5 on the draft board because I know this is your backyard, your expertise. I was really more intrigued to hear what you say. But well, of course Mendoza's up there. Um, Caleb is up there. I just hope Caleb falls so much. I hope he just slides down there a
Caleb
little bit.
Downs is not falling to y'all.
I need him to fall to Cincinnati. I need him to just keep sliding. But another name that I wanted to put in there because we said draft board, not top 5 drafted. What you think about Woods out of Clemson? Yeah.
Peter Woods. I think he's definitely. I think he has potential to slide far, but he definitely has top 10 upside.
Yeah, I hope Caleb just slides, man. Just hey,
I mean,
whatever it
I
needs to be. I
actually
need some bad
I
publicity.
had Peter Woods mock drafted to y'all.
Oh, I'll take Peter too, but I just, I don't want to keep throwing. Geno Stone got to go, man. Okay.
Hey, what's this? You got Jordan Battle and what I forgot what's the other
Jordan
guy.
Battle. I can
They
have
need to
Jordan
put that.
Battle.
You can put the other guy over there.
We got Dejan too. Dejan could probably do a little something. But no, Caleb Downs, tremendous talent. I didn't think he was going to say him top 5, but I think he's a top 5 talent. I don't think he'll get drafted top 5 though. I do stand firm in that. I think he'll be a top
I
10
do
guy.
think I think he can slide. I mean, if they decide to start taking offensive linemen off the board, I mean, I feel like
They got some good ones.
once the
They got some
tackles
good
get to going, they're gonna fly. I mean, was it Spencer Fano and Francis
This is a trenches
Malinois,
draft.
they can go.
This
I
is a
said they
trenches
can
draft
go
here.
in the top 5. So I do think between Francis Malinois and Spencer Fano, they can definitely go very high. I don't know exactly where in the top 5, but if they do, Caleb Downs could definitely fall. And I mean, hey,
Did you say my
he can find
man's
an
the
opening in
receiver?
Cincy.
Did you say the receiver
Cardinal
from
Tate?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't have him going
No.
top 5.
That's Ohio. That's Ohio State?
Yeah, Cardinal Tate
Okay. Yeah.
got him
All
mocked
right.
to New Orleans.
All
Where
right.
New
So I'm gonna
Orleans at?
start with you, Mr. KD. Olympic medal count. Let me know where the USA looked good, where we look bad, how many medals we got. I believe we came in number 2, but your top
No, sir.
moments for any team or person, but it's on you, Mr. KD.
No, we took the most goals. We was top dog. Don't ever slight it. But it was a good performance for. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Winter Olympics. I came out on record and said it. Um, but I was happy with the dominance that was shown for uh, the USA this year round. But the highlights is you got to go to the ice. Um, we took gold in men's ice hockey and a dominant by the women's in ice hockey, both against Canada, ironically. But those were the 2 highlight points of this Winter Olympics, and it's something we got to build off of, capitalize off of. But the run that the women went on is historical. It will be in the books. It will be talked about for ages. But now, we got the real. We headed for the real Olympics, the real showdown. It's where we put our foot down. What year is the Summer Olympics?
28.
In LA.
Is this year? This year in LA? I thought it was next. Is this
28. 28.
28.
28? Oh, I'm sorry. So I thought it was, 28. Yeah, that's the big one. That's where we put our foot down. Summer Olympics is more of a fair game for everybody, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anybody can catch you at the Summer Olympics. Like Winter Olympics, this got to be your thing. Like you have to be on it. And then it's I get figure skating and never mind. I don't even.
Yeah. You got in the moments of any teams, Mr. Marvin.
Nah.
I'm not watching no figure skating, man. Yeah, no disrespect to their sport.
Okay, you about to get
Come
canceled.
on now.
You about to get canceled. To another Olympian.
That's why y'all don't say, hey, it's the person that make this docket. IT should have never picked this topic, man. I tried to stay professional, and now I'm just going off the record. I'm not watching Winter Olympics, man. I'm sorry. I'm not watching no figure skating where you dancing around on ice. No, I'm not doing it, man. If I want to watch ballet, I go look at my daughter's performance.
All right.
You
Another
just told
Shout
me
out
Olympian.
to
not
the figure
watching that.
skaters. Shout out to the figure skaters.
Another Olympian, because we had a lot of major fights this weekend. Carissa Shields and every other fight that we had. Actually, we had 2 fights this weekend, but 2 different major promotions. And I'm gonna start with you, Mr. KD. Give me a full boxing card recap, and the Carissa Shields fight also is on you, Mr. KD.
I'll start with Clarissa since her, her card wasn't that impactful, but her performance was. Um, she did what the GWOAT does. That's where that acronym comes from. That's where that nickname comes from. They had a little ruffles in the weigh-in that built the animosity throughout the build-up, but she went in there and unanimously won each card with a vote of 100-90. It's a 10-round fight, so that means they gave her every round. Um, and it felt that way watching it too. She dominated, and and that's the craziest thing is she dominated, but it was a solid performance from Fairchild as
For her to
well. So
outlast 10 rounds,
yeah, not only just the last, but she was landing moments. It's just when you look at the control of the whole match, Clarissa was never out of pocket or looked uncomfortable or out of place or offline. She was very precise in everything that she wanted to do. She landed for the most part. So yeah, dominant performance. I stand firm saying Clarissa is the greatest women's boxer of all time. Um, because I believe the competition is higher right now, and she's still making lesser of them. Just a shout out for that card, Dane Perkins. She broke the lady. I can't think of the name of it. She broke the lady's jaw in the ring, knocked out, broke. She was leaking immediately, couldn't recover. Um, so good performance from her because you don't see women's knockouts too often in boxing. But it also goes to speak to tie it back. That speaks to Clarissa because Clarissa recently fought Perkins and outclassed her and dominated her. So it goes to show I'm not just beating lesser talent. I'm just levels above who I'm in the ring with, and that stands to her GOAT status. But yeah, shout out Clarissa Shields, GOAT. Another solid performance. We got to see what she got next. As far as the men
GWOAT?
from Saturday night, or unless you got something tomorrow, did you see the fight?
No, you said GWOAT?
Yeah, that's what she said. Greatest woman of all time. That's the GOAT.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna tell her she ain't. Yeah. I'm not saying nothing. Yeah, Ryan Garcia came out early, dropped him in the first 25 seconds of the fight. I knew what type of fight it was gonna be from there. He came on game. This is the performance we needed. I said watching it, this is the best performance I've seen from Ryan Garcia from beginning to end. I'm not counting the Devin Haney performance because we know the whole story behind that one, but great performance by Ryan Garcia. That's the Ryan Garcia that I was hesitant to see if I would see him or not, but he showed up. Barrios looked outmatched from go. The corner had no answers to help him or to point him in the right direction. I think he needs to address that too because Joe Goosen was not a beneficial move, but that's here nor there. Frank Martin and Nahir Albright put on a performance back and forth, ended in a draw. Not the finish either one we want, but good for the audience and the viewers. And Gary Antoine Russell pulled out a win in a tough one. Some people think he didn't win it, but I think that was the best fight of the night, actually. And yeah, it was a solid card. The card lived up to what it was supposed to. Hey, I'm looking forward to what Ryan won next. He called out Shakur, but I don't know if that's the right move. But let's see. They might be Devin Haney and Ryan next for a rematch, I think.
You got any thoughts on the fight, Mr. Amari?
No, it was a great bounce back fight for Ryan Garcia. Like Katie said, it was really one of those performances that you expected of him beforehand. I mean, and this was the first one like that since, like you said, the Devin Haney fight. But even more so, it was just good to see him get bounced back like that. Like Barrios being lost, getting dropped in the first 25 seconds already showed, like you said, already shows you the kind of the chemistry of the match and how everything's gonna flow. And you just got dominated from start to finish.
Hey, Mr. KD, before we get to the next topic, you had Garcia winning. When the fight started, how sure was you at 100% scale, 50-50, 51-49, how sure was you that he was going to win?
He turned it off and knew his money cashed.
Yeah, the problem I had with everything is I didn't bet. But first 25 seconds in, once he dropped him with the right hook, I said, "Oh, it's gonna be a long night." I thought he was gonna finish him actually. So I was pretty confident. 60-40.
All right. So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. The Elimination Chamber. With 6 enter, but only 1 survive. What's your thoughts and your prediction, Mr. Amari?
So I'm gonna give y'all a lineup for the Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna give you the men's and the women's. But I'm gonna first start off with the men's. You got Randy Orton, Javon Evans, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Trick Williams, and Jay Uso. I'm taking Jay Uso to actually win that.
You know he wasn't even supposed to be in it, right?
Yeah, I know. He won the last qualifying match.
They said the rumors, like I said, I can't say that for sure, but the rumors was Bronson was supposed to win it, but the injury happened, so they called the audible for Jay.
Well, Jay's gonna get his shot. Because in my
Crazy.
opinion, I think I got Jay winning. I mean, of course, I want to go Randy, but I want to go Randy, but I got Jay winning. In the women's chamber, you got Tiffany Stratton, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Kiana James. Taking Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, because basically you look at who is going to face Jade. So I'm thinking it got to be Rhea. I want to see Charlotte and Jade, though. That's what I want to see for WrestleMania, but I see that can't happen. But, yeah, I'm going Rhea Ripley for the women's. But for the men's, I'm ashamed of you. You should know better.
As much as I want to give Randy a shot, I just think, and honestly, I really think Cody got the best chance, but I just think Jay gonna get his. Jay gonna sneak away with it.
This is for who fighting Drew supposedly, right?
Yeah.
I really think they're gonna do a multiple man thing for Drew's championships. I don't know. I don't even know if this winner is gonna mean that much when you talk about WrestleMania finish, because I think they're gonna go with like a 4-way or something. Like you said, Rose will probably be the heavy favorite. But I'm gonna go Randy Orton. You know who's not winning?
Javon Evans. Why you disrespecting the young? Why are you disrespecting the young OG?
He gonna have some highlight moves and moments though, but he ain't winning.
Hey, he just beat Gunther to qualify for this.
Don't say it like that, man.
Hey, you know who Gunther is.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah.
So he dropped Gunther off to get in here.
I think Gunther. You saw Brock Lesnar situation where he's doing the open challenge for WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gunther gonna take the challenge.
You think he retires him?
I think he's gonna retire him.
That's gonna be something. That'll be something. That's a storyline right there.
That's heavy. That's heavy right there.
Yeah, because I mean at that point,
if you retire John Cena, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar within what, half a year?
Yeah, half a year. Not even 6 months. Speaking of,
greatest heel of all time.
Speaking of, I know we congratulated AJ Styles on his retirement last week, but even more congratulations to AJ Styles for being inducted into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame.
Is that the quickest? Is that the quickest? Nobody has ever done it that quick, right?
I don't know.
Nobody has ever retired and went into the Hall of Fame that quick. I don't believe. I could be wrong, but this is my real question. Don't that mean John Cena got to go too?
I feel like John Cena was in there before he retired.
John Cena in the Hall of Fame already?
He probably been a Hall of Famer for the past 10 years of his career.
Man, I'm talking about really like on the stage accepting the award and the honoree and everything.
Oh, I mean, technically AJ ain't do that either. Undertaker actually just announced it Monday.
So I'm saying he's in that 2026 class.
Yes.
So
I mean, Cena need to be in that class too, right?
Yeah,
I'm 100% sure he is.
I just checked. John Cena is not expected to be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026, with reporting indicating that the company may be delaying it so he can have a return and a headliner spot in a future date, particularly 2027.
John Cena ain't done. Ain't no John Cena won't done.
Well, Cena better be done. Y'all can't do that to my man Gunther.
going to retire. He said retired. Yeah, sure.
For now,
Retiree for the year.
he got a movie to go do. He ain't got time for this.
Well, you ain't have to say retired to go do the movie. We could have just choked you. We could have choked you out and you've been injured.
He choked you out and been injured is
Yeah,
not
he's
something
still
John
asleep.
Cena do. John
He's been
Cena
asleep.
hurts from his own injuries.
He's been asleep for 9 months. He's still asleep from that sleep hole. Hey, I think he's done though. I think Cena done. He said he's done. I'm gonna take him at his word. I don't think he's gonna pull a Ric Flair. Ric Flair said he was retired every other month.
Still trying. Do y'all think
said he
what
wanted
kind of
another fight.
implications do y'all think this gonna have for WrestleMania? The Elimination Chamber in particular. What kind of implications you think you're gonna have for WrestleMania on the girls, the women, and the men's side?
Well, the winner
It's
faces
a
faces
direct.
the championship at
Yeah,
the champion at WrestleMania. So
yeah, we just said that. It's a direct implication. Whoever wins this is in the championship match.
Do you think the winner of this will win in the WrestleMania? That's what I should have said.
It's
it
hard to
should
say
have been
because,
a
like I
later
said, for
question
the
for our
men,
next podcast when we have the
yeah,
matchups.
yeah,
I
because
bet
for the
that's what
men,
it is.
I
We get
think
to the next topic there. That's gonna we're gonna do it like that. That's gonna be another podcast question. So in other news with
Randy
Mr.
Orton.
KB. Cade Cunningham said he's the best USA player in the league right now. You agree or disagree, Mr. KD?
If you are a point blank period
Anthony
podcast supporter,
Edwards.
you know
Yeah. That man said openly, I had to drop 40 because I seen Cade drop 40. He a follower.
you call him what you want. Hey, you know what? As much trash as they give Anna's, but it's like not being professional. Ant be saying all the right things when he's praising other players around the league. Like
Yeah, he does. He gives his flowers. He never shies away from giving
he
flowers
not like he
to
not
his
like my
team.
man's Lamelo Ball. Lamelo Ball don't need no microphones in front of him, man.
Hey
Lamelo
man,
Ball get person like he talking out back.
both of them have terrible PR teams. Their PR team be mad. But I can say Ant has at moments you can tell it's like, all right, I mean the maturity there is like, all right, I'll throw a joke, but I'm gonna say how I feel.
Yeah, he's
And
authentic. He's authentic.
yeah, he's
And
authentic. That's
LaMelo
who
was
he
authentic
is.
too. But LaMelo just be talking like everybody. He talking to the homeboy every time. Like
Yeah, he's
I'm like, yo,
talking to the homies
relax,
even with
man.
the microphone in his face.
Yeah, relax. But hey, I like it though. I appreciate authenticity.
Yeah, the YNs run the
Authenticity, sorry.
NFL right now. I mean,
But
not the NFL, but the NBA right now.
don't call them YNs, man.
They're
That's
YNs.
just they got too much money to be YNs. Don't do that, man. We're trying to get Ant to be the face of the league, and you
Okay,
call
the
them a YN.
YBs, the young ballers. The YBs, the young ballers.
I take it. But no, to the point at hand. Cade has a good claim for that spot as the best American player, but like Amari said, y'all know where I'm going with it. And Edwards is the best American player in the league. Cade is in that argument. And another name that I'm telling you, man, Jaylen Brown is really gaining on me as far as I've got to put some more respect on his name. But
don't forget about LeBron.
Well,
Steph Curry.
I think he was talking about like when Cade was speaking of the.
I mean, yeah, I know exactly what he
headed
meant.
up
I'm just
guy.
saying, don't forget about the unks.
You can't forget about him. Kevin Durant. You can't forget about him.
Nah, IT said Kawhi gonna come out of nowhere and give you 40.
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, you can't forget about him. You see, but this to say, I didn't want to say all those names because when you start naming all those names, the narrative
it make it look like they ain't doing. Yeah.
No, it starts to peak that all the American good guys are older. So it kind of they are. I know, but I didn't want to say that. Now it furthers the point that this game ain't headed towards the American way.
Sad to say, when you got
we name the foreign guys,
Wemby,
they all young.
Luka, Wemby, Shea,
Jokic. They all young. These all young foreigners. So yeah.
I say you got Luka, Wemby, Shea, Jokic. Just like, bro, that's a starting
Giannis.
lineup.
Don't forget Giannis.
I mean, it's a starting lineup already.
Yeah. And then we can go to the other guys that are climbing the ladder. But yeah. Cade has a claim, but I'm going Edwards is the best American. What you got, Amar?
I mean, I definitely I'm gonna say Ant. I mean, Ant been doing this back to back to back years. I mean, Cade has definitely been putting on the same showcase, but I mean, his has been on the up and up. And I mean, now this year he truly solidified himself as one of the league's best, or he's starting to solidify himself as one of the league's best. But I feel like Anthony Edwards kind of made that claim a year or two ago.
And another thing is we spoke about it earlier when we was talking about Ja. When you miss time, how quick they are to forget. Jason Tatum was
Ja
just
was
in
at
that spot. Jason Tatum was just in that spot. Now his name's not even coming up when we talk about
yeah,
him.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm telling
yeah.
you, missing time, man, they'll forget you quick.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
move too fast. Everything moves
even
too
to your
fast.
point, like you were saying about Ja, at one you talking about we was talking about Ja on this same trajectory, and now we talking about him being on the second team. Both of these two players are on this, they staples of their franchise.
Jason Tatum gets hurt. We got Cade creeping up. And now, me personally, I'm putting JB in the argument for the best American player. So time away, they will forget you. And it's sad because that comes with the sport. But
So while you started right there, we can go ahead and finish it because he also said that he believes he's the MVP of the league. So this is the two things. I want your top 5 MVPs that you have, but I need you to remember this. Only certain players are eligible. So, like I think Jokic is 1 or 2 games away. Wemby is 3. Steph just went ineligible because he missed last game. LeBron is ineligible. So, if you take that into consideration, who do you have as your MVP front runners?
I don't think Steph and LeBron were in the consideration, but that was good
yeah,
to know.
I don't know what he said those names for. The guys I have in
This veteran
consideration
love.
are because they are eligible right now when we're talking right now. I'm not projecting who's going to get injured, who's going to miss more games, blah, 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 blah. I'm going off right now. Right now, I got Jokic, Shea, Luka, JB, and a toss-up Cade and Kawhi, but I slid with Cade because of his team and the success in the record. But those are my top 5 MVP candidates.
No, I like that list. I like that list.
And
I
I
think
like
that list
Cade.
is solid. I
Crazy thing
mean, I
is,
like
Cade can talk his stuff because Cade, if we talk down the road you were going, as far as qualifications, if they turn away from some of these people, then Cade is that top runner, so he should be able to talk his stuff.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I like that list, and I mean, like you said, I mean, Jokic. I mean, you already said Jokic was dealing with a wrist injury. I mean, if he decides to sit, I think he said it was 2 games. He's out. I don't necessarily know about the status of the other players, but I mean, yeah, I feel like at that point, I mean, Cade would be one of the top guys. I mean, and he, like you said, he has the right to start talking, and you can walk the walk.
But man, if JB win an MVP, man, what we doing in Boston?
I mean, you got both of them on max contracts, if I'm correct.
Even when the second one signed, it was like, how long can they keep this? But now you're talking about
I
Jaylen
mean,
Brown,
one guy,
the
I'm about to
better
say,
player.
well, I don't even know. Did Jason Tatum win the MVP? I know Jalen Brown won the Finals MVP.
Nah, Tatum ain't got no MVPs.
Oh,
He ain't got no
he was
MVP,
just
nothing. No MVP of the finals, no regular season MVP, no
well,
All
I
Star
don't know
MVP.
because, like you said, if you get to that point where Jalen Brown wins the MVP, now he has the MVP and the Finals MVP under his belt.
And you coming off injury, hey,
Yeah, it's like
business.
You got to start to see the value in that.
It's just business. Don't take it personal.
Nah, I feel like it's gonna very much be personal. When before this injury, I was the franchise.
Keyword, what you just said, Amar.
Before
Before.
Oh, I thought it
We
was.
living, we living in
that's why I said
we
before, because
living
I
in the
thought he was gonna
after.
say
You
was.
said before. We living in the after.
So, Mr. KD, I brought up the 65 game rule for another reason also. Do you think they should ease up on the rules somewhat? Should it still be the way? Because, if you don't play 65 games, it's not just MVP, but you can get no yearly awards. So that means you can't be first team, second team, third team, defensive player of the year, none of those. So do you think they should alter it if you legitimately hurt and you miss and you play 63 games? But what's your thoughts about that?
They're gonna alter it. After the season, they're gonna alter it. They were so hell bent on fixing the load management side of things. They didn't see how they compromised some of these other guys. And this season highlighted that with the Luka injury, the Shea injury, Jokic injury. So they're gonna fix that rule this offseason. The thing is, I don't know how they're gonna fix it. Like, how can you fix it but still protect against low management? I don't know, but that's what they get paid to come up with. But they're gonna address it this offseason because guys like Jokic, who literally missed time because he was injured, but still are performing to the level of he shouldn't. His MVP candidacy shouldn't even be compromised at this point. Shea too. Shea, Luca, these guys, like it's not fair to them. You're penalizing them for the guys that are stuck in that load management criteria. But yeah, they're gonna fix it this offseason. I believe so. You think he's an MVP top 5 candidate? I think.
Who, Jokic?
No, Cade.
Yeah, nah. And I think, truth be told, because you said you don't want to take in consideration if you're missing more games coming up. I believe somebody like Jokic, without the injury, he might be my front runner. But I believe it can go to somebody like Cade or JB due to the fact that they're going to play enough games to qualify them. Not because I necessarily believe they are the MVP of the league. I believe they're going to just get over that 65 game threshold, and people like Jokic and others may not get it. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about Wemby also. This may cost him. I think he's 4 or 5 games away, the defensive player of the year. So all of these things have big implications if you don't hit 65 games. So I believe Cade is, if he ain't my front runner, he gonna show my Eastern Conference front runner. Maybe I can think about somebody else in the West, but right now it might be Cade.
JB in the East too.
JB pulling up second. JB pulling up second. If Cade is at 9, JB is probably like at 8.7. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I'm with you. If you said you can't find nobody out west, I'll point you to him. Luka.
I think he missed too many games too. Luka already.
It's up to question. He's not ineligible right now, but he can't. I think he's at like 6. He can't miss 6 more games.
Oh yeah, 6 more.
That's another thing, man. When we're talking like this, that means the rule is compromised already. But we talking
exactly. That's my point.
How many games he can't miss this many? He can't miss it. Man, that's not basketball, man. Like, we at a point where.
And you and Mr. Mari, y'all brought up a point just a second ago. Y'all was like, why you bring up Steph? Why you bring up LeBron? Think about it. They're going to be all-stars, but both of these players will not be eligible for the first team, second team, or third team. So you can be an all-star in the same year that you is not, that you're not on the all team. So you're not a first team, second team, or third team, but you're an all-star. And that's what it kind of makes it look crazy, because 10 years from now, when we pull people up, be like, oh, you got an all-star, but he wasn't third team at his position. Like, it got to be changed. And the last part of this, do you think the reason for this rule is because the 82 game is too taxing on the body for the NBA players?
No. The reason for the rule is the whole load management epidemic, where they're trying to please the fans, because if you pay your money for your tickets and travel or whatever you have to, and you want to see LeBron James, you shouldn't get there that night and LeBron is just taking a night off with no injury designation. So it's the load management is the problem. This was a move to fix that problem, but now the other players that weren't candidates for that load management situation, they're being compromised because of this rule. So now they have to tweak the rule and find the common ground where they can get both things nailed down. But 82 games, that's not a problem. I don't see where that's the problem.
All right, we got any more NBA news, Mr. KD, before we get to our next topic?
Yeah, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world.
That's like the opposite of news. That's like old. Everybody knows that.
I feel like everybody want to take him out that spot. I keep hearing all these names. They want to move him out that spot so bad.
Wemby is the second coming.
Of what? He the first coming. We ain't never seen nothing like that. Hey, real quick, Amari, do a little hand gap as far as what Jokic is and Wemby is, if you don't mind. What's your hand gap as Jokic and Wemby right now?
Like, I mean, we talking about skill set or position wise?
Well, we're just talking about right now. You judge how you want to judge. We're just talking about right now in the league, the gap between these two. Oh yeah, you thinking too long. You about to tee me off. Yeah, I knew you was gonna pee me off. Okay.
Hey, you said for what he lacks, I would say where Jokic is top end offensively, that's where Wemby is top end defensively.
And I agree with you, Mr. Amari.
You pick the second best player. That's what I'm saying. You pick him. I don't even know whoever personally I'm speaking to. You pick your personal second best player. This the gap. That's the gap. I don't care who you pick. If this is Shea, Giannis, Wemby, Luka, whatever it is, that's the gap. Jokic is the best player, man. We need to stop trying to creep into his territory.
Just because you're the best, don't mean ain't nobody nipping at your heels now.
I don't see nobody nipping at his heels. Like, who's doing this?
Shea just had the MVP last year and got a chip.
And a lot of people don't believe he should have got the MVP.
That's nipping at your heels. That's
well, he got the ring.
Matter of fact, I think he ineligible now too. I think he missed too many games. I about to say that might be my Western Conference MVP.
Not yet.
No,
but he's still out. That's the thing. He's still out right now, so his games are still accruing.
See, and that's what this why this MVP rule, this 65 game, I believe coming in that season, like you said, it will be altered. Like, I don't know if you got to do 60 or if you do 65 and you legitimately hurt every single game, then we can work with it. But if you play 60 games and you load manage most of them games, then nah, you disqualified.
Like, how do you? It's tricky because then how are you judging load management? Like it's tricky. They got to be creative with it.
How do you qualify that? And I can't be mad at the commissioner for doing it because he had to do something.
He had to do something.
He had to do something.
I ain't gonna even say they rushed, but they didn't see this side of things. They were so focused on fixing that side, they didn't see this side of things. Where you got, like we just said, we didn't name the top 5 MVP candidates if we don't take that into consideration, and 4 of them are compromised. So,
yeah. And like he said, I said defensive player, he compromised, and I don't even know who number 2 to him, but he is the defensive player of the year. If he get the trophy or not,
if anybody.
And Giannis ineligible.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how it is. You got anything else before we get to our versus segment, Mr. KD?
No, I'm done. But if you look at Giannis' numbers, he putting up MVP years, but he just ain't played enough games.
But truth be told, I understand that he putting up MVP numbers, but even if the rule wasn't out, I still wouldn't be like, oh, he deserved to be MVP.
Because we got Doc as his coach. I get you. Right.
With that being said, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari. The number is 40. LeBron versus Brady. Playing at 40, which one is A, harder, and B, which one is more impressive? So we just talking about at 40. So I believe at 40, Brady had 5 rings. LeBron had 4 rings at the age of 40. Brady obviously got 2 more later on after that, I believe the next year, and then 1 with the Bucks. LeBron to be determined, but we're not speaking about the years past 40, just which one is more impressive and which one is harder. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I'm a football guy. I'm gonna pick Brady being able to play the NFL game at 40. I mean, taking the hits, the level of physicality that he does have to play with when he does actually get hit. Taking Brady. I mean, I understand LeBron and his athletic gifts and being able to maintain the type of physique that he has at the age of 40 and doing what he does, but I'm giving it to Tom Brady.
Well, then we're going to just tag into you a football guy versus me being a basketball guy then. Because I don't think Brady had to make no tackles. I don't think Brady had to.
Brady probably threw a pick one now and then.
I don't think he had to catch no interceptions. He didn't have to sack no quarterback. So he didn't have to do nothing defensively. As going for LeBron has to play both sides of the ball each night. I don't think Brady ever played a back-to-back where he played Tuesday and then had to play Wednesday. But I'm thinking LeBron has to do this multiple times throughout the season. Brady has a 17, 18 game week.
At 40, he won't do it. He won't play back-to-backs.
Who?
Barely play back-to-backs.
LeBron is playing back-to-back.
So for his 40th season, LeBron played 70 games.
Right, out of 82. My thing is, when I looked at this, I didn't even get into specifics of Braun versus Brady. I thought we were just talking about sports wise. But if we are limited to Braun and Brady, Braun, the wear and tear on Braun's body and the short recovery time, and we're not even accounting for Brady didn't take as many hits as we would put as a normal quarterback. But the wear and tear on Braun's body, it tallies up heavier than Brady. And the fact that he's still performing this way where it's only five guys on the floor at a time with basketball. Brady has 10 other guys that are either there to protect him or aid him in his performance. So I'm going to give Braun the nod, and the fact that Braun is still doing it. I'm going to give Braun the nod as far as.
Yeah, he said only at 40.
Well, I can't pinpoint back to Brady's 40-year-old season, and then
See, that's what my
40
Brady
years.
did it for 4. He did it for 4 years afterwards. It's
Hold
hard
on,
to
you
say
said
that.
hold on. You
I'm gonna
just
say
told me I
this.
can't count after,
No,
but
but
then you
he
want years
said, but
after.
like you were saying, you was like, I can't pinpoint it. I can't
Yeah, I can't.
pinpoint the exact
But
year, but I
and
know
that's what
Brady
I'm
probably
about
won
to help
that
you
year.
out. So, like I said, LeBron played 70 games for his 40 year, and Brady
Brady
won
played all
the
16,
MVP,
17 and won the Super Bowl.
and Brady won his MVP at age 40.
I don't see where that. Where do they coincide? I'm sorry. Playing 70 of
70 games
82
in a Super
games.
Bowl.
Playing
I mean,
70
or
of
MVP.
82 games is a good accomplishment. I'm saying, are we looking down on 70 games? Is that a negative?
No, that's great to play
That's what
70
I'm
of
saying. So
82
what are we
games at
talking about?
40.
That's why I don't know where we
Like to
coincide
play
between those two.
16, to play 17 of 17 games at 40 is insane for him, for
Yeah,
Brady.
but I got a week recovery after each game.
I'm agreeing to your point.
That's what I'm saying. Okay? So maybe I'm speaking to IT. What were you trying to say with that? Bringing that up?
No, I brought it up because earlier, Mari said he ain't played back to back. So I'm letting you know LeBron played 70 games. That's LeBron what he did at age 40.
Yeah,
Brady,
the
he
other
won the
12, he probably
MVP
those are
at
probably
age 40.
the other game. I mean, he played 70
So
games. That's a
I'm
good
giving you
thing.
both. I'm showing you what both of them did at the age of 40. They 40th season. Well, both of them was at. One got 5 Super Bowls. One had 4 championships. One played 70 games. One was the MVP. So I'm letting you know what both of them did at the age of 40.
Did
Right.
Brady win the
We're
Super
talking
Bowl at
about
age
two
40?
greats.
I said because Brady won the Super Bowl at age 40 as well as winning the MVP. I don't think he did that, but
Like I said, when I saw the question, I didn't dive into Brady versus Braun. If we
I
talk
was
Brady
looking
versus
at the
Braun,
sport more
yeah, I was
than
looking at the sport.
anything.
If we're gonna talk about Brady versus Braun, you need to cut all the fat off this and just say Brady versus Braun. For we know this is exactly what we're addressing. I thought we was talking about the sport as
Nah,
far
I'm
as being
saying
in
that the
the
age,
40s.
and I'm using 40 because everything that happened after that, we're not addressing that. And I'm saying, really, I'm looking at it from both of y'all perspective. Which one is more demanding or more oppressive? Is it taking the hits as a quarterback and coming back every week and still doing it to you the age of 40? Is it running up and down a hardwood floor at 40? Which one is more oppressive? How do you think about that? That's why I'm asking that
You
because
got
they
a
both
week.
at the
You
age
got a
of
week
40.
recovery. You got a week recovery with football. Braun sometimes has less than 24,
You
less than 12-hour
like you
recovery sometimes.
sometimes have a weak recovery.
Man, we're not doing that short week. You got more than basketball. I say that. You got more recovery than basketball. If you play Monday, you more than likely playing Wednesday. Sometimes you playing Tuesday. But
But I about to say, yeah, in the NFL, you
and
play
then you
Thursday,
playing
you might
again
play
Friday.
Monday.
Then you playing again Sunday. Like you playing one game within 7 days, sometimes two. I'm playing 3 minimum within 7. So I just think the recovery process sides with the basketball aspect more when you're talking about older age and stuff. But to period it, we talking about the greatest of the greats here. So that's what I'm saying. When we talk about Brady versus Braun, you talking about the creme de la creme. That's
And that's why I made it a debate because I'm talking best of best. Because this is my thing. I'm looking at it as one side I can say, in order for me to be 40 years old to play quarterback, I had to get hit consistently from Pop Warner, college, Pop Warner, high school, college, NFL. I had to take cumulative hits, and nobody's getting hit like that in the NFL. I mean, the NBA. On the other side, once your legs go in the NBA, you literally can't play. If you can't move, you can't play. So that's why I'm pitting both of them against each other because of the heights that both of them seen, but the ability to do both of them for a 20-year period plus. I just want to know how impressive both of y'all think these two feats are. Because, like I said, I don't know if it is a winner. It's up to y'all.
It's not a winner. It's really a preference. You really gonna slide with whatever sport or player you prefer. That's really just the only tiebreaker because what they've both been able to do probably won't be done again. So,
Nah.
but
I
what
think
you brought up,
playing at 40 will be done again.
no, playing it. We're not talking about. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Are we talking the sport or the people? Because I'm talking about
We
playing
talking
at
about
this level at
to
40.
make it easier for you. Let's talk about the sport. Which is more difficult?
Oh, all
If
right.
we
That's
take
what I thought
these,
it was. Yeah,
that make
basketball.
it easier for you.
Basketball. Huh?
They're in a car accident every week.
Once a week.
You're in the car accident every 30 seconds.
Well, I'm on the highway with all these reckless drivers 3 to 4 times a week. Like, we're not going to listen now. The physical contact, I understand. Football is way more of a hit contact sport. But there is physical contact in basketball. We're not going to, there are hard
Yours,
fouls. There is
I
hard
can say,
landings. There is, like,
in the NBA, it's less likely for that level of contact to happen.
and then we
When
talk about the quarterback position, which is probably the most protected position in football.
we talking about the sport. We're not talking about the quarterback
He
position.
said the quarterback, though.
We're talking about the sport.
Yeah, you wanted me to broaden it out, Mr. KD. So we just talking
Or
about the sport.
if we talk about any
We're talking
position,
about
then
the sport.
Even if you look at
Your
quarterback,
sport,
you got
everything
one
in your
quarterback.
sport is a level of attrition. You're constantly running. You're constantly like you literally running the entire
that's
time.
what
First
wear and
off,
tear
as
is.
a
That's what wear
football
and
player,
tear is.
hey, you getting it from me to never do it.
You
Can't do it.
drive your car hard as heck 1 time a week. I drive my car semi-hard 4 times a week. That's what wear and tear is. I'm going to tear these brakes up. I'm going to tear the tread on these tires. I'm building these miles. That's what wear and tear is. So that's going to take more toll on the body. Now, of course, you're saying my collisions are heavier or harder. I get that. But those collisions are coming 1 at most 2 times a week. My collisions are coming sometimes back to back. This is like you want to always attest to. It's a hardwood floor. How many times you see somebody hit that hardwood floor? They got to get up and go right to the free throw line. It looked like it's nothing because they just getting up and walking to the free throw line. That's a toll on your body. Hey, I'm siding with basketball heavy.
And you going with football, Mr. Myra?
That's what we did first.
All right. And once again, we're going to leave it to the fans to decide which one is a tougher feat at the age of 40 to play in the NFL, a full collision sport.
At 40, you want as much recovery time as you can get.
But
at 40 and up, you want as much recovery time as you can get.
He still got to go to practice during the week, though.
They don't practice for real no more. Cut that out. He's all walkthroughs.
And then think about it. If you're a lineman and you play to 40, because that's the linemen, the quarterbacks, and the kickers are typically the people who play the longest in the NFL. You're a lineman. You do all that collision, and then you got to go to practice and do more collision, and then play again over and over and over for 20 years.
What's the hardest collision? Like, what's the most collision positions in football? It's obviously going to be linebacker on that side. But then you're going to probably say running back, right?
The line, they hit every play.
Are we serious?
Those are contact, not collision.
Don't matter.
When I think about collision,
you ain't saying concussion.
I literally, my job is to hit somebody every play. I'm guaranteed to hit somebody every play.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It's short spaces. I think the danger is really when there's wide, like a safety closing in full speed on a running back full speed. Those are when the collisions are like a car wreck. as far as the speed and the buildup behind each one. I think the trenches, the collision is more intact, whereas here to here short distances. So that ain't gonna take too much wear as much as that car wreck. When
Hey,
you say car
your
wreck,
brain gets
we
shook. Your
talk
brain
about
gets shook around enough.
no. When you say
You'll
car wreck,
see it.
we talk about momentum. When you say car wreck, we talk about momentum behind them. We ain't never seen no trenches car wrecks. We just seen some car wrecks mean.
Hey,
Let me see.
big
Sean
man
Taylor.
catch
Is
little
a
man
car
in
wreck.
space.
Ray Lewis, a
Yeah,
car wreck. That's what I said.
that's
You said
it.
in space. That's what I'm talking about. In space. Those are car wrecks. But hey, like I said,
We've seen quarterbacks get decleated off of a D lineman having a free shot.
in space. That's
It's
momentum. You got
not.
to have that speed behind you. But that would be the DN you talking about ain't taking the blunt of that impact. That's the quarterback taking the blunt of that impact. The sitting target.
You saying like Tom Brady?
Yeah, he'd be a sitting target if somebody would
And
hit him like that.
then he got to get up and do it again and again, all the way till he's 40
But
years
that's what
old.
I said. When you tie back to the name, then Brady won't take hits like that.
Yeah. So with that being said, so I'm gonna start with you, Mr. KD. This is another football versus question. So which is the harder feat? 2,000 yards rushing or 2,000 yards receiving? It's on you, Mr. KD.
I'm going with what hasn't been done. Obviously, it has to be the harder feat if it's never been done to this point that we're talking right now. So I'm going with 2,000 yards receiving. Yeah, I can dive into it later, but what you got, Mark?
No, I agree. 2,000 yards receiving it hasn't been done, so it's got to be one of the hardest things to do. And that primarily, I mean, of course, there's been a couple of numerous, and I'm pretty sure even more to add in the future receivers that'll come close. And them coming close is a testament to the QB play that they've had. But I mean, of course, at some point, there's some kind of setback during the season where either the team feel like they figured you out, or it was just a weekly matchup that kind of got out of favor. But it hasn't been done. So yeah, 2,000 receiving yards.
Yeah, the 2,000
So
yards rushing, that's been done almost 10 times, I
yeah.
think.
And so look, right, when I wrote the question, I didn't know it haven't been done. And somewhere in my head I thought it had, but what happened was Calvin Johnson had 1964.
1968. Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah, in 2012. I thought he had got it. So with that being said, I'm gonna drop the number down to 1,800. Which one you think is more impressive? 1,800 receiving yards or 2,000? So with that being said, we got 5 people: Antonio Brown in 2015, Jerry Rice in 1995, Julio in 2015, Cooper Kupp in 2021, and Calvin Johnson in 2012.
you just
I
had
think,
Puka, JSN. Yeah, you just had
yeah.
Puka, JSN on the outside of on the outside of 1,800. So at that point, I would go with 2,000. I would probably still go with the 1,800 receiving yards because 2,000. I mean, 2,000 rushing yards. You just gotta have a run heavy offense. You're in a run heavy offense. You got a chance to
Not
get
only
it.
just that, not only just that, it's kind of if whatever you had for the first answer, you have to have for the second answer because it's still the same logic. As far as even if you lower the spectrum down to 1,800, then we're going to have more names to put as running
It's
backs.
still
But
it's still
so,
quarterback play. You depend off
No, no, I'm
as a
keeping
receiver.
2,000
You're
for, I'm
dependent.
keeping 2,000 for running back.
It
well,
doesn't change the
so
statement. As a receiver, you're
you comparing
dependent.
2,000 to 1,800. You're not comparing 1,800 to 1,800.
Nah, yeah, 2,000 1,800. Yes, yes, sir.
Well, you trying to the fact that you got to screw it that way goes to show which one is more of
Because
a
I put
feat.
the question wrong because I thought that we had some 2,000-yard receivers, and now
That go to
there's
show you.
nothing to
That
debate
go to show
about.
you which
If
one is more of
nobody's
a feat.
mad, obviously it's harder. There's no
Yeah,
debate.
yeah. We got AD, OJ, Barry Sanders, Derrick Henry, Saquon, the most recent,
Almost
Terrell
twice.
Davis. Yeah,
Derrick Henry almost did it twice.
yeah, yeah. And CJ
So
2K, when he broke that, then we thought he was solidified, but he ain't never got that going again. So
I
Terrell
think with that
Davis,
move,
that's what
I
got him in
think
the Hall of Fame. If we want to be real,
that's what I'm about to say. I think he's gonna be the only non-Hall of Fame on that list too, Mr. KD.
Yeah, but we couldn't say that when it happened. We thought he was about to take off.
When he was taking off in Tennessee.
And it's crazy. After that 2,000-yard season, that's when he kind of dwindled down.
And how many running backs? How many running backs you had on the 2000 list?
I think I had 8, and I think I missed Jamal Lewis. So I think
he had 2,000. Yeah. And on the receiving end, it was only 5. They got 1,800 yards or more.
We can't. Come on, man.
You see how it is like.
Oh man, Trump say you rigging the votes, baby. Like you can't move the poll like that, man.
Hey, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm about to say something. But yeah, it's obviously got to be 2,000 yards because I for sure thought somebody had it. And I think
2,000 receiving yards, right?
2,000 receiving yards. Yeah, I believe, especially now that we're talking about going to 18 games, it's definitely going to happen now. It's bound to happen.
Tyreek,
it don't happen.
Year before last.
It don't happen now. No.
Year before last, Tyreek was year before last or 2 years ago. Tyreek was on pace.
18.
Yeah,
he was on pace to hit 2,000.
He had some bad games.
So
he had some bad games. Yeah, Tyreek was threatening it twice. I believe. One with KC and 1 year with Miami, he was threatening it for a little period of time. But
I know with KC, I know he had like 16. I think 16.
No, it was the year in Miami where he was. They thought I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
That was like 2 years ago. He was on. He said that he wanted to break it.
He literally was 1 yard away in 2023. He had 1799, and JSN had 1799.
But through the first 7 games, he was on pace for 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 1799, but yeah, he was. He had a few games. I think it was like the first. I think he had like 2 games where he didn't get 100 yards, and then they were like, "All right, he needed this many yards to do it, and it just didn't get it."
Who was Megatron quarterback in 2012?
Matt Stafford.
There we go. Shout out Matt Stafford.
Yeah. Matt Stafford had a talented team with him down in Detroit. Don't you think, Mr. Murray?
All right now.
Yeah. He came into a team with some skill weapons, but I mean, they just needed one piece. The Rams didn't have skill weapons?
No, he said, hold up. What year you said, T?
No, I said Detroit, Mr. Murray. I was being
funny. I'm about to say.
Oh, no. He had Kerryon Johnson and Javid Best and
that's why I was interested.
Burleson.
I was interested to see who the heck you talking about when you say he had some. Who?
I mean, he had some guys.
Did they have? Was that Brandon Pettigrew years? You a tight end?
Yeah, Brandon Pettigrew. Hey, that's a good pull.
Mm-hmm. They had some players. All right, so we're gonna end here with our sticky note segment. Last week we did from last to first. This week we're gonna do from first to last, and I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. But I want one from each conference, so one AFC, one NFC. Teams that was in the first place that you believe that could be the last place in the division this year. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
The Panthers, Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I'm genuinely looking to see how this offseason looks for Pittsburgh. But if the departures and potential speculation lead up right, I mean we could potentially go from first to last.
I won't say wow so much for your answer. I was saying wow that we have the exact same 2 teams. Being that when this was written, the audience don't know. He didn't specify one NFC, one AFC. He just threw that in just now, but we still ended up with the 2 same names. That's why I was like, wow. Now, let me be clear. I don't think no team is going to go first to last. I don't think nobody's going to do it. But if we got to pick the best candidates to do it, those are the 2 guys. Those are 2 teams. We can't end that like this because this is going to be a highlight of my week right here. Please elaborate. What do you mean by the Steelers going first to last? So how would the division play out if this happens? Just elaborate. How would you see this happening?
I mean, of course,
Please,
as right now,
spend extra
Still-
time talking about how Cleveland would jump y'all. I want to hear that part. Go ahead.
it's a new regime. So of course, offensively, as of right now, we have no idea who the quarterback is necessarily going to be. Find that out on March 9th. Because they did give Aaron Rodgers a deadline. So if
Well, they
he's
offered
going to
him
be
a
the
contract?
huh?
What you mean? They offered him a contract?
Of course, if he wants to come back, he's still on contract. He signed a 2-year, so he's still on contract. But if he decides to retire, he has to let the team know by March 9th. So of course, with that, you don't know who your quarterback is. As of right now, technically, being that you don't know who the quarterback is, you don't know your direction as to what you're gonna prioritize your team needs or the funds that you've allocated so far to sign in free agency, as well as what positions you attack in the draft. So I just think it's a lot of mysteries with the way the roster can shape up, or even more so reshape going into next season. I think Cleveland won. Aside from losing Jim Schwartz, they've loaded up on the staff enough to prioritize the talent that they do have on roster. Of course, they lost their rookie running back with Quinshawn Judkins, but they can find a way to maximize the talent that Shedeur does possess, as well as getting some more offensive weapons around him. I don't necessarily believe in Jerry Jeudy as the primary receiving target, but the defensive side has enough talent that they've won games last year. They can win games next year.
You heard it there first, audience. The Steelers will be fourth in the division next year.
I just said they have potential to be last. I didn't say we would. We have potential to be last.
I like my terminology better.
Bet you would. I ain't got y'all winning the division either.
Well, you don't have to.
Just like the
Y'all
fan
being
that said
fourth
y'all
in
was
the division.
supposedly going to the Super Bowl in 2027. I'm glad y'all can both sleep with
Hey,
high horses.
Get me that fan's information, man. We got to meet up, or I got to send him something, or I need reach back out. We need to award you for your intellect. It was a great great
send him.
comment you made.
I'll send them a bag, a gift bag.
I tell
A
you,
bag
we
of nothing.
Shirt. We need to get that
Send them a
subscriber
bag
shirt,
of coal.
and we need to get them a shirt and a cup, a mug. We need to get some content over there.
Make sure he's well taken care of.
Please. I don't ask for much.
Look, right, I'm gonna throw this curveball. I think the Patriots got a chance to go from first to last. I really do.
See, look, now he's just being spiteful.
Nah, I really do. I really
Get
do.
him out of
I
here.
really
He's being
do.
spiteful.
I have the Jets in y'all division.
That's the only thing. That's why I said believe. That's the only thing that stopped me. The Jets. If the Jets can win more than 5 games, I
You
can
know
see
what?
the Patriots.
Oh, that's terrible.
He just
All
want to
right.
say that because he thinks the Bills. He hopes that the Bills can overtake the Patriots.
That's what I'm saying. He's being
Oh
spiteful.
no, I ain't even worried about getting the number 1. As long as we get to the playoffs, that's all that matters. Know what I mean?
As long as you get to the playoffs, it still got the same result. You're gonna be back in Buffalo.
Mr. KD, like the East Coast Nuggets. All we gotta do is get in. We can win.
You more like the Miami Heat. You get in, and then it's like, we got hope.
You're more like the Jets with Josh Allen. That's really what you're more like.
He said the Jets with Josh Allen.
So with that being said, I need all y'all to remember one thing: we ain't gonna play. We out.